Welcome back to MSG 150, presented by Chase. Wally, Monica here. We have the pleasure of welcoming in the new head coach for the St. John's University Red Storm men's basketball, Mike Anderson. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you guys for having me on. Just excited to be here at St. John's and looking forward to getting a team out there. They're our team that our fans and in New York can enjoy.
There's no secret, Coach. You were doing a great job down at Arkansas in the tough SEC. What was the main thing that drew you to St. John's and taking this job?
I think when you look at the potential, New York's team, these guys had a pretty good year. They won 21 games. I had a chance to watch them play exciting basketball. But more importantly, when you think about St. John's, you think about all the winning that is taking place here. One of the top 5 winningest programs in the country, in the Big East, Coach Kanaseka, and what he did to this program. As a matter of fact, one of my teams played against Mike Jarvis's team to go to the NIT in 2003. So there's a lot of history, and of course, you're talking about New York. They love basketball, and I have a passion about what I do. I think the people here in New York have a passion about basketball, and that's a pretty good marriage there.
Coach, you mentioned what this team was able to accomplish last year. You'd return guys like LJ Figueroa and Mustafa Heron. What was your first conversations with them when you joined them up in Jamaica?
Well, it's interesting. My conversation was I had to recruit them, number one, and but I wanted guys that had both feet in, wanted to come back here and build on the success they had the previous year. I thought those guys, especially Mustafa, I knew him playing at Auburn, playing against his team at Auburn, what type of player he was. I thought, playing in a system such as what's going to take place here, it could only benefit him and develop him. I think we're big into development, and I think LJ just really fits what we're doing. I love versatile basketball players that have a high motor. Play, above the rim, below the rim, whatever it takes, play instinctively. So I thought those guys could really benefit in what we're doing.
Coach, I'm a huge fan of your style of play. Your guys get after it, especially on the defensive end of the floor, the pressing style. How important is it for you to really establish a home court flavor, a home court dominance at Carnesecca Arena and at MSG?
Well, I think that's going to be important. I think the reason why we've been pretty successful is obviously our kids. They leave it all on the floor. They hang their hats on defense, and our fans get involved. Our fans get in. I always say when we play at home, we should be plus 8 to 10 points if we're doing the things we're capable of doing. That is defensively, creating pressure, offensively as well as defensively, but not making people uncomfortable. And that's what you want to do, especially at home.
Coach, your style seems to be credited a lot to your mentor in Nolan Richardson. What was it about your time with him that just left such an incredible impact on your coaching career now?
Well, the funny thing about it is I played against him, his junior college team that went 37-0 in the championship game of the junior college tournament, and we became victim number 37. So I'm not the dumbest guy in the world, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but you can't beat him, you join him. And I was really impressed with that team he had. Had a guy by the name of Paul Pressey, who was a JUCO All-American, became one of my teammates and actually is on my staff now. But we went to Tulsa and we did some really good things. But I thought Coach Richardson was ahead of his time in terms of playing up-tempo basketball. We averaged, and this is in 1981-82, 95 points a game. And we thought we were pressing and doing those things. So, but having a chance to play in his system and to coach with him, no one knows. We call it the 40 minutes of hell better than Coach Richardson than myself because I played, I lived it, and I've had a chance to be a head coach and implement it wherever I've been, and we've been pretty successful at it.
That sounds like my style of play. Love getting up and down and scoring points.
Absolutely.
Coach, talk about the challenge of now bringing your coaching style into the Big East. You obviously had success in the SEC, which is a great conference, but what new challenges does the Big East, do you think, bring you?
Well, you got some great coaches in this league. You got some great teams, traditional teams. Teams want national championships. But with that being said, I think we play a style that no one plays in the Big East. My challenge is getting our guys to step up and play at a high level. I think you gotta have depth. You gotta have guys who are going to play instinctively, and so it's a process, and I caution people early on. It's supposed to be 40 minutes of hell. It might be like 30 minutes of hell and 10 minutes. What the heck we're doing? But eventually, what's going to happen is they'll start figuring it out. So it's going to be a process, I think, with this team. Even as the players that are here that we came in and we inherited, we want to shape those guys up to playing the way we want to play, and that is up tempo. A lot of guys say up tempo, but I think if you look at our track record, it speaks for itself. But I think that to me is going to be the challenge. But more importantly, getting our guys to buy into the defensive side. I can't say it enough. I think defense can create some offense for you, and you got to have some guys that can put it in the hole. So our biggest thing is just develop a team that our fans, St. John's fans, can really be proud of.
Well, Coach, New York is definitely going to be watching to see what you and the Red Storm can make happen this season. But we understand, away from the court, in terms of life accomplishments, you celebrated a very important anniversary recently, 34 years to your beautiful bride.
Yeah, I'm a recruiter. Hey, I can tell that anyway. If you had a chance to meet or see my wife, I'm a pretty good recruiter. But I'll tell you what, her name's Sheeta, and she's kind of like the wind up under my wings to keep me going, especially in the coaching profession. There are days when you don't want to talk to nobody, you don't want to see nobody, but it was June 15th, and the story about that was I got married on June the 15th of 1985. June the 16th, I was at the University of Arkansas basketball camp working. And so she had no honeymoon at all. And that when Coach Richardson took the job at Arkansas, and at that time I was a volunteer coach. So you fast forward to 34 years, and we're still together.
That is beautiful, Coach. Well, congratulations, and thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Coach.
For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.